It's a beautiful day in the city of Kings and Queens, and we're coming to you live from Sight Studios, the Center for Innovation and Technology. We won't tell you where we're recording for security reasons, but it's Kona Lapa. Just another great episode number 27. Yeah, if you told me a year ago that I'd be on a podcast like this doing 27 episodes.
Tell me.
Bruh.
Tell me.
I would have said, I wouldn't danger. But I mean, here we are. God has a very wonderful way of working. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get right into it. I'm coming at Onamla. Again, I've been dumped by Melinda. So, but I mean, her replacement is not so bad. You know, the street lawyer, Bob Siansole. Yeah, the man that needs no introduction.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, hi guys, Linjani, Bob Sansole once more, Bob the lawyer. It's an honor and a privilege, again, I have to say, to be part of this podcast. This is my third. This is my third one. Third and final. Unfortunately, I have to say bye, guys.
No, never say never, man. It's
I get to know podcast lawyer. Gabonagale court bonagala ku TV. So thank you so much, guys. We love the feedback. There's a conversation that's been going on in the last episode that we had. It was quite interesting.
It was very interesting. We engaged with some people in regards to the topic that we're discussing. It was the end of last episode. Topic it's sensitive and it's a very, very wide topic, hey. So we're just hoping that it tickled your brains a bit. But I mean, here we are now. And I was saying never say never because you never know what will necessitate the need for you to come back.
You
know what I mean?
And also it has to come from the viewers as well. You understand? The feedback about Nigayo. Umele Bebe Yibo who actually say, no, we actually enjoy having, Bob on the show.
Exactly.
So Stella Apendu. Be careful. I
know. But also, I mean, speaking about that, a few episodes, I think just the episode before you came. 2 episodes ago, we had Amanda Dube on the podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine Lady A on social media. And I mean, we're talking about a lot of things that I myself don't understand. Those are influence. And
You
know, so I would like to say, I appreciate the hustle, but most of the stuff I didn't understand it. But Kanya Abandabane Goma comments were like, no, we like this girl.
Okay.
We want her to come back.
Yeah.
How? Okay. Cool. And it just goes back to what this guy that I follow said, Umekji, if people know.
Makes you.
I watch his podcast religiously sometimes, and he was saying that Waikurumalo Soul Pendu on the show is called.
Good guy.
Very great guy.
Yeah.
Zimbabwean bitch. When you look at him. So he was talking to Soul, he was saying, bruh, if you think about it, our only loyalty is to the chillers. Mama Chillers is the audience that they have. They call them Mama Chillers, people that subscribe to the content. People that watch the content, people that comment and share the content. Your Mama Chillers on Alan. Such that what everyone else says, doesn't matter. What sponsors say doesn't matter. What people that want to sponsor say doesn't. What people that don't watch the show or anything like that have to say doesn't matter about this. But the day these guys come to us and say we've got a problem with A, B, C, and D, we've got no choice but to act on it.
Okay.
Because we do it for them.
Yeah.
So like so bantu bengathi uBob it's his last episode. But if you want him back next episode, we've got no choice but to
I'll be glad. Speaking of Amanda, she's a very good friend of mine. When I watched the episode, it was quite interesting.
It was.
Same thing with you.
I was learning. But without further ado, let's get into the topic of the day. Event season is underway. I think we can safely say that.
December, boss.
December, and it's just October, bro. I saw a meme. This guy on social media was saying that if Springboks win this World Cup, it's automatically December for him. He doesn't care. That is
what comes next. Whatever. When is the final?
Is this by the time this podcast plays on Friday, so it's the day afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, the 28th of October. That's the final.
This Saturday.
This Saturday,
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Versus All Blacks.
Versus All Blacks.
I like the way the vibe is when it comes to rugby and Springboks.
Yeah.
I was at Tin Cup.
Yeah.
When South Africa beat, was it France?
No, this was England.
What this? Yeah, the last one.
England.
Yeah. Abantu abaningi irugby thina yabona sikhulele kasi so sikwazi ibhore sikwakwele and everything.
True,
then when it comes to rugby sibuzalina abafana be-Falcon CBC thina hayi Tekwane all the way Tekwane so rugby yabonga understand even the rules and everything that goes on. But then at least I have some sort of an appreciation of what a try is and the scoring and everything. Kuthe kufika iphathi yokuthi South Africa isiza winner. A friend of mine ekade ngihambelayo umatch I call him umntanami. Ubenga understand lokuthi vele kuhamba njani. Ukuthi abantu bengathi yapho kusukuma kuphela.
Yeah, like just cheer. When people are cheering for South Africa, join them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's when. Yeah,
you don't really need to know the rules. I mean, think about it. Cricket was there a few months ago. Just a few months.
That was
ago.
A good vibe.
Yeah, and I mean, most people didn't know the rules of cricket. All we knew is that Zimbabwe is playing, and Zimbabwe is playing well. So it was showing solidarity with our countrymen. So Lami at the time South Africa was playing, I was hoping that I'd go to Smokehouse and catch the game. But it was a very jam-packed day for me. We had 2 events on that day. So every 5 minutes, I think because every 5 minutes I'll be checking my phone. Like Google, that
was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
Saturday, the controversial Saturday.
That was a very, very big Saturday. For good reasons, for bad reasons as well. So I think 5 minutes into the game, it was already 3-0 to England. I gave up. Because of formal. Then last 10 minutes, I don't know what happened. And man, the guys just turned.
It was a beautiful game. It was a beautiful game.
That's one game I regret not watching live. But it is what it is. The guys won, and this is a very historic final because the last time, if I'm not mistaken, the last time Springboks and All Blacks faced each other in a Rugby World Cup final was 1995.
I only know the final where Mandela was.
That's the one.
I didn't even watch.
That's the one. I mean, I wasn't born in '95, bro. But I was not born in '95. As a member of the audience, that is in shock. She's in utter shock. But I remember one of my favorite movies that I watched was Invictus. Invictus with Morgan Freeman and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon,
and it's actually about that World Cup.
About that World Cup, yeah.
Morgan Freeman, of course, is acting as Nelson Mandela. Matt Damon is acting as Francois Pienaar, the captain of the team. So it's a historic moment. And if I'm not mistaken, Cupcake, what's his name? The president, Cyril Ramaphosa.
Hey, Cupcake.
Cupcake, President Cupcake. He's actually flying. He's flying to France. To watch that final. I hope you won't jinx it.
That's the thing.
I really hope you won't jinx it.
But all the best.
All the best to the guys.
Sizayibona nini Zimbabwe? Kuthi ngamani ngama-Sables.
Ngama-Sables. Yeah. But I was thinking about it, like it's very funny because it just showed me that in rugby it's more than just the size of the team and the speed of the team. I've seen our Zimbabwe national. Those guys are huge. Those guys are muscular, man. But I don't know what it is. I mean, look at him, Tawarira. He's a classic example of what a Zimbabwean prop looks like. But if what pecking it as big as it is, Ama wingers, Lama fly up, as big as fast as they are, they never seem to make the cut. So I feel like within his cut is it's a matter of
fly off.
But all I know is ngasidlala sports accord. So but it then goes back to something that was important, that's this guy, I can't remember, he's an ex-Springboks player, where he was saying, what we do, Tina, we fight. Tina, it's more than just skill and talent for us. You know, sometimes the boys, they're not the stronger team here, but somehow we win. We carry with us millions of people back home. And it's abantu be South Africa, when they are represented in any way across the world, man, they take that stuff serious.
Yeah.
Whether it's cricket, whether it's rugby, whether it's music.
Banyana.
Bruh, even if it's soccer, even if they know that we've got a really bad team, man, you know, they take that stuff serious.
But when you say music, I feel like when it comes to them performing in Zimbabwe, but always tell at times.
Yes, of course. And that's one thing that and I feel like this is an attitude that transcends more than music.
Yeah.
You know, sports, there's this guy that went on social media, if you remember that tweet, he was saying, did he call us orphans or something?
I know, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm not really that active on Twitter.
Oh, right. We'll show the screenshot. Yeah. So this guy, so to say.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a guy or it's a lady, Twitter. I don't interact with that account that much. But this account then went on social media after the game on Saturday, and they're expressing shock. You know, about how Zimbabweans support South Africa to a large extent, man.
Okay.
Have you seen? And I mean, for us, it only makes sense. It's an African country.
It's an African country.
In Europe, they've made it the final. We've got no choice but to support them.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I've got South African family. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I've got South African family right now.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So, but you know, why support you know, can you guys support your own stuff? And then another account then went, I'm not sure if it was the same one or another account that then went on to say that in hindsight, looking at the way South Africa has treated Zimbabwe, it's not been good.
Yeah. You
know, South Africans are not nice to Zimbabweans. But for some reason, Zimbabweans always want to identify themselves with or as South Africans, you know, which was thought-provoking. I didn't like the first tweet, but the second one was it was a bit thought-provoking because it's good news.
Yeah, news.
You know, if you go to Hillbro, you'll find someone speaking in a Shona accent, but a Kulubo Marane.
And then someone comes from South Africa, and they want to disassociate themselves from Isindebele, Shona, and everything.
Yes, yet the dialects are the same.
Yeah.
You know, isiZulu, isiXhosa, we share words.
Abantu basekhaya bayahlupa.
Yeah.
Ekhaya.
Bruh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's very thought-provoking. I leave some comments. Some of them were not so nice. Yeah. I think something like that. You know, not my best moment on social media, but I would like to hear what people in the audience think. What people think. Chana comments and pans kona pan. But yeah. Without further ado, I think let's get into the crux, the piece, the fulcrum of the podcast today. Yeah. This was derby my events.
Okay.
This past year.
Oh, that's how you wanna call it.
Derby.
All right.
Now, I've always referred to the events like that, like days like that as derbies.
Yeah.
Last year, we had the 21st, I think, of December, where there was Daliwonga.
Now that was the 27th.
Was it 37th?
That was the 27th. The 27th of December, Vele in Bulawayo has always been reserved for homecoming. Right, Ikalawa. Yeah. So after Ikalawa and Asabu, is it free? People have been trying to do something. I remember there's a time a friend of mine who does events, Uchabu, is based in the UK. Ugewa yenza homecoming as well. So Nasty C and stuff. Yeah. So 27 wengani reserved for ubunandi lo this is the December. Yeah. Last year, that's when there was the what did you call it?
No, but there were two. There were three. There was the 21st, right?
Oh, okay.
And then there was the 27th.
Where there was the Murumba pitch.
Yes.
That was the 27th.
Okay. There was Murumba pitch on the same day.
Murumba.
There was
Trade Fair, Nasty C,
and then there was Natty O and XQ
and
at
XQ.
the Founder. But I'm not sure though. My dates could be wrong. I'm not sure if that was the 27th. But on the 21st, my first derby, the first time I ever called it a derby, was the 21st of December. There was Zinhle. Yeah, there was Zinhle at BAC on that day. There was Sanel Musician at Cosmo on that day.
Oh yeah.
Then there was was it Daliwonga or Satchel between the two?
Where?
at Boundary.
I was in Vic Falls at the time.
Yeah,
I was settling.
What were you doing, like big SA artists in Bulawayo at the same time.
At the same time.
Who's
I was quite disappointed though, in 27, because I had been a fan of Murumba Pitch for a while. I was following their music religiously, you know. So finally, Murumba Pitch is coming to Bulawayo. It was like, then I set the date to say, you know, I'm taking even Abazulu Bami out, you know, Chucho, Mimi, all of them. I was like, okay, cool. 27 says a figure. All of a sudden, so there's Nasty C
on the same
trade fair. Even Robot Boy. I like the way he performs. You know, Robot Boy is such a vibe. But then
robot.
Now you have to choose. Who do you go to?
Which makes it difficult. And I'm gonna make a point towards the end of the podcast on that. But the point that I was trying to make is that on that day we saw who's who, man. And for me, what it shows me is it's usually a matter of timing. Murumba Pitch came in December last year. The show wasn't so great. It was marketed equally as much as this one, but it wasn't so great. They came this year, and this show that they did this year, Under the Sun, that's probably one of the biggest shows that Bulawayo's had this year.
Okay,
you know,
I didn't attend that one.
That was a clean production. So I think it just shows you, it's just a matter of timing, man. But the Murumba Pitch that came last year and the Murumba Pitch that came this year, it's the same. There's no difference, man. But when this card is just Bulawayo injury trick him.
I want to just tell you Murumba Pitch in Uchomla May 1.
It's a collective, man. And this time they came with a guy that was doing a saxophone. It was
even the last time he was there.
Yeah, it was good, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So Shaza Bulawayo is like that. It's a really tricky place to navigate as far as events are concerned. But the point that I wanted to make before we get into our real topic for the day is an argument that I was having with several people yesterday. I feel like it's difficult to hold 2 events or 3 events at on the same
day.
It's necessary, because it keeps event promoters on their toes. In any free market economy, where the minute a business has monopoly on something, they develop like a laissez-faire approach.
Econet and
network. Like for lack of a better example, you know, these guys know that no matter what, abantu bazathenga ama-starter packs ethu.
So ama-tariffs ankhona azakhwezwa at whatever time.
Sizakhweza data anytime, and people are still going to buy it. You know, but if we had about maybe 5 service providers, bruh, it's a matter of like we are really just choosing the best for you. You know what I mean? So an example that I can give is this past weekend. There were 2 events on the same day. There was Bulawayo Sneaker Expo, and then there was Shorts and Shades, the one where Young Stunna was meant to headline. Meant to. Underline that word. Meant to. And I feel that was a very good show of so, like, for lack of a better word, like both events were marketed very well. Like I was promoting to some extent the Young Stunna show. I can tell you right now, Utai, tickets were sold out days before the show. You know, so Tina, even 5 chairs when because we knew that somewhere out there, there's people that have bought tickets. They're gonna come when they want to come.
Let them do whatever they want for now. You
know what I mean? So, but at the same time, Bulawayo Sneaker Expo was also packed, bro.
I went there.
It was clean. It was a clean event.
Number one for me. It was clean. You know, abantu Bulawayo were just smart. And there's this thing about it. You know, people are so comfortable in their own skin. Babes relaxele. There's no Mbinga life. Harare lifestyle.
Shout out to Boss Man.
No. Even we sitting now figure lapa. Abantu bazihlalele kuma camp chairs. What cooler box yankhona doesn't have, you know, shampoo for this, shampoo for that. No. People were just super chilled. They just want the vibe. It was clean.
Shout out to the team that.
Shout out to Sneaker Expo. It was quite good.
Really good work. And that was what for me it was a lesson. It showed me one thing. In Bulawayo, if you've got 2 or 3 events on the same day, one of 2 things are going to happen. Either people are gonna go to one or the other because they feel like one kuphela caters to them. For example, like a target market sneaker expo maybe is not the target market here, Shorts and Shades.
Okay.
So people will choose one or the other. There is no opportunity cost, you know. So the two can coexist. Or the other option is they'll then realize that we do share a demographic, we share a target market, and people are going to go to both. Which is what I saw at both events. I left Shorts and Shades at 8 o'clock.
Went to Sneaker Expo.
Yeah, and at the time I left ZITF, I mean, people were now coming in, but the numbers were still a bit shaky. I went to Sneaker Expo. Man, people are having a good time.
The music gets stopped. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I left when the music stopped. And
exactly.
I didn't really have my team with me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I didn't really like vibe. And there's no music.
And I'm told some people did leave before.
Yes. So that is then some people started turning back. So Thai music is back on land. But me as ZITF, I have an issue with events that are hosted at trade. I just have this thing as ZITF as trade fair. You know, I've never attended any event hosted at trade fair.
Not
just doing a trade fair. It just so happens maybe and good thing I didn't even go. I take these things too hard.
When things like that happen.
And
when I tell people our to the best of our recollection, why we think things transpired in the way they transpired. But the point I was making was that I left the ITF. Basically, it was virtually empty at the time. Now, I was Sneaker Expo, I stayed there until the event finished. I was one of the last people to leave, and that was around maybe 11 o'clock. By the time I go to ZITF, the place that I left empty to find Sneaker Expo full is the same place that I found full when I left Sneaker Expo empty. It shows us something about event culture. People don't mind going to two places in the same day, 2 or 3 places. I mean, we've all had these stories whereby you will a second location, third location, fifth location. It's a thing. You know what I mean? So events and places can coexist. They can cater to the same market. It's fine. People will just choose where they want to go at that particular time. You know what I mean? But now we've talked about the Sneaker Expo. That was great. That was good production. Then there's a flip side of it. People are not happy on social media in regards to what happened with the Shorts and Shades.
It's not just on social media. Fam.
Generally,
you know, when you and umnyama wangikhona now. I don't know ukuthi umnyama kumbe ingavomo. Young Stunna yena ngokwakhe as a brand already you say you know villain in Bulawayo specifically. You understand the attitude yankhona isinganisi
I mean also it's not like it's without justification. Last time he came, he performed, he stormed off the stage. People don't know why, but remember as an audience I
paid my money.
You paid your money. What you're seeing as an audience member is someone that you paid money to see storming off a stage after singing half a song or one song.
You know what I believe. What I believe is I'm a consumer. Teenage Patalimali is hambe for these shows. I simply love the idea of music ga Young Stunna yang gwalisela kumbe music ga mrumba pitch yang gwalisela. So when you post yoguti Young Stunna coming to Bulawayo on what date imali engaka, I simply pay. And when I go there, I'm going for a show. Who's promoting it? Who brought him? Who paid for what? Who did what? Angilandaba angwas. What I expect is that Young Stunna and whoever is working with, they're supposed to work as a team. As a collective. Gungabi le play man. I was there on time. So and so was supposed to. I was there at this time. I was supposed to do this. Because if someone is performing, then they storm off the stage. So mina somele ngiyenzeni lami ngiphume khonapho ngihambe endlini. Nah.
You bought that $10 ticket with faith that you're gonna get what was promised to you. You know, so unfortunately that wasn't the case, man. That was not the case this particular weekend. The legend has it that Young Stunna came. They almost missed a flight. They got one at the very last minute. They arrived in Bulawayo a bit late, but in time. And upon arrival,
they arrived last flight
of the day
on Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, which already it just shows me a little bit of an attitude from their team. But anyway, they arrived late but on time. But befika khona okwenzakeleyo is that he was cleared with TIP, but the people that he was moving with at the time were not, you know. But again, it's something that could have been resolved easily, because the person that's wanted for a performance, the person that's here to perform is Young Stunna and no one else.
They should have called me at that time. Ngasuka kuSneaker Expo ngagijima ngaye airport. Ngafika ngakliwe Young Stunna nje ukuthiwa manje team yakhe sasihambe. Because you see what happens is it's a TEP, right? Permit liana
temporary employment
permit. Yeah. Permit liana under ama regulations immigration. Umuntu law is coming from is a foreigner. Is coming into Zimbabwe to work temporarily, right? They are coming to work and then go. So kumele abhadale certain monies, you know, there's taxation and so forth, right? So nxa ephiwa ipermit liya kuyafaka ukuthi Young Stunna so and so. So nxa it's on record from immigration that there were 3 people that were granted that permit, and that permit was granted by Thursday. So immigration is saying everything is set.
In order,
everything is in order. And the next thing they get there in last flight, the other two people that are on the permit are not there.
They've been replaced by 2 more individuals that are unknown as far as the permit is concerned.
That do not have permit. Take it in this way. We have to address this in a nice way. There's this mantra going around: Zimbabwe is open for business. I was very touched. Right? Who was to blame for the failure to perform Young Stunna? Right? Was it Young Stunna or was it the government of Zimbabwe through immigration? Because it was more like unreasonable refusal of end of a team Young Stunna. But then, when you look at it properly, there's a performance lined up. Posters have been pasted all over. Everyone knows that there's supposed to be a performance on this day, right? Then, artists libe abantu okumele, people who are instrumental in the performance are not there, who have been allowed entry into Zimbabwe through a permit. They are not there, right? There's other people. Is it not right that those people, abakhona, maybe 2 of them, then they should then seek that permit? Because these people, mind you, are coming here to work in Zimbabwe and take money and then go back. So immigration is allowed to then say, we have reasonable suspicion that you are not truthful in your declaration that you sign at immigration. When you enter any port of entry here into Zimbabwe, you have to declare what you are here for. You have to declare what you do for a living, things like that. So you can't come in and then tell me, Mina, I'm a DJ. My profession is I'm a DJ, but I'm coming here just as a visitor. I'm coming here just as
it's not that simple.
Immigration then says, okay, we understand you are a DJ, but you're not coming to perform. We are going to give you notice. If you are found working, then you will be liable for prosecution. Then you have a criminal, or it's criminal what you are doing. So, but
it's tricky, man, because now I would feel like maybe it's more on the fault yabo team yabo. unfortunately, without laying blame squarely at someone's feet.
Okay.
As long as they didn't communicate that, the other two are not the two that are on the TEP.
Yes.
If they did not communicate that, what did they then expect to happen when they get to immigration?
Right.
You know, is cleared.
Yes.
But as a normal immigration officer, it raises eyebrows. You're like, no, but I see.
You see,
you know, and even if they try and say, no, these are visitors, they're not here to work.
And mind
that way, if you're doing due diligence,
do you think it's an easy thing to do for an immigration officer? The immigration officer is a guy who lives in Kulumane or Mkanwini or Burnside.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think kuyabe kumchaza yena ukuthi
ayalisa abantu?
Yes, ayalisa umuntu because uyakwazi uthe edlula la somewhere wabebona trade fair kugcwele so. People are waiting for Young Stunna to come. People are happy, they are hyped up. Then ngali kube sokuthiwa, right, how do we assist you guys? Sesile challenge. Permit yavuma ukuthi abantu bengene. Right, when a Young Stunna suvunyelwe, you can come in. But abanye bakho labo, we feel akusoze kuyenza ukuthi bengene. Then from immigration's communication, he then decided, no, I will not proceed if my team is not there. Would you blame him? He's going to perform as a vocalist. He needs his DJ. He is going to come in. He needs a manager. He needs a stage manager. He needs, you see, all of those things. Would you blame him for not then leaving the airport? Phela nxa sesuke airport ukuthi sengene emoteni yalapha with the promoters or whoever, A1, without his guys,
which is risky business. I mean,
you see,
so there's two sides to it, unfortunately. But it all boils down to the fact that when, as a member of the audience, uhamba lapha usethenga ticket lakho, wawuthembe ukuthi zonke izinto lezi
in order.
They're in order. It's all sorted, you know. You know, like we can explain all day until we're blue in the face, man. But at the end of the day, what people then remember is the fact that we paid for this and it was not delivered on.
Look at it this way, right? I'll bring about two issues. The most recent one, controversy in Zagalai, Kabza, Maporisa and Shash, Victoria Falls Carnival.
Yeah.
They failed to pitch up or for some reason, whatever happened. Then, as time goes, so Kabza and DJ Maporisa arrested, right? What DJ Maporisa has been arrested. People didn't even understand what was going on. Is it a criminal offense, what he did? Or why were people saying usebochiwe, use central, kuthiwa umaporisa wabochwa, then watefike central. Watefike central lapana se lokho emile ngama chain lokho sa relaxile and then amapolice ethu asefika iwo garapasi so kunjani anozani umaporisa iwe maporisa tizwa maporisa tizwa okay. Then also understand what, right, people just need to know what really happened with the maporisa issue. Umaporisa, they failed to fulfill a contractual obligation between Victoria Falls Carnival as the promoters and business or cabs and Labo Maporisa. So everything fulfilled from the guys who are bringing them in, but they failed to then turn up, right? So it was a civil matter. It being a civil matter, they are foreigners. So a company Liani Victoria Falls Carnival, they then need security from that person because they are not domiciled here. Domicilium sitandi XX. You see, they are not domiciled here in Zimbabwe. So it means they have to give security that in the event that they lose the case, plaintiff, does he have the protection that they'll get their money? Because that person could easily lose the case and fly off, go to South Africa. When they go to South Africa, you cannot execute any order in South Africa against umuntu wankona. So they then got an order on an agent basis through their lawyer, our senior Uzbusiso of Ncube and Partners. They got an order then i-order yakhona will be saying pay this much or else you will then be detained, which is why they had to go with the police.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of them paying the money. You go back patala imali, and then next thing they are left. Then you get someone like Black Coffee. Sometime back in 2000 and so was 2000 and what? Black Coffee was supposed to perform Kusese Horizon before it was Vista, right? Kusese Horizon, Black Coffee was supposed to perform. He had a performance in Botswana. Wayehlule ukubuya ngapha for the performance. Then what ehlule ukubuya ngapha for that performance? Wabexolisa, and he ensured. He even sent an apology. He ensured that he came back for another show to say.
And he did.
And he did. What has Young Stunna said to you, to the people of Bulawayo, to the people of Zimbabwe? The last time he just said, "I'm hurt."
Yeah.
I'm hurt, but still I love you. This time, no explanation.
Nothing. Yeah. And labo mapolisa, labo caps, it's just like, it's an attitude that these guys have. But also, I think it speaks to the level of professionalism. I would like to think that, in closing, I'd like to think that the reason why Black Coffee has gone so far in his career, and this guy has reached, he has gone into
levels unimaginable
levels. These guys can only ever hope to get to Black Coffee's level. The reason why he's gone that guy is not, he's gone that far, is not to do with the fact that he's a kind person, he's humble and land. He's just professional. He understands that this is a business. There are so many stakeholders involved.
Yeah.
Any decision that I make on the contrary to what I then, to what I initially agreed to, whatever, inconveniences so many people in so many ways.
Yeah.
So I must at the very least apologize and make it correct.
Yes.
You know, and communicate that efficiently. And abantu laba angazi whether, I don't know what it is, man. You can be at the top of the game, bro, but it doesn't mean ukuthi iyakwazi konke ukuthi ukwenziwa njani.
Yes.
There's a lot for you to learn. There's a lot, like, like pambili, you know what I mean?
Nah, I feel like
these guys like professionalism.
I feel like abantu bako Bulawayo, not just abantu bako Bulawayo, just people in Zimbabwe and the world over, they need to be respected when it comes to these guys coming and saying we're doing this. Simple and straightforward. Abantu kumele bahlonishwe, they pay their monies to go to these shows, to do all of these things. Nxa sokule problem, let the people know. Right now, the people deserve to know what really happened and how can we address it going forward.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, and one thing that I'm a person that I've never believed in coincidence. I'm a logical thinker. I don't believe in coincidence. It's not a coincidence that all these artists come from one camp. Maporisa, Kabza, Shasha, Young Stunna, Daliwonga, who's the other guy, Setrul as well. All these are shows that at some point in one way or another, people have had a problem with these people when they come here.
Yeah.
And it's all coming from one particular place in South Africa. One particular, whether it's a record label or house, whatever, it's all from one camp, you know. So Tina Lati, Lapa Bulawayo as Bulawayo promoters, fine, we don't do our duty in terms of communicating these things as they arise to our audience. Do you know it would have made that much of a difference? It's 8 o'clock now on social. You know how fast news spreads, bro?
Yes.
You could have simply said that for just due to reasons that we're trying to resolve, it's not looking like Young Stunna will be able to perform tonight. However, you can come through, enjoy the night. We can give you half of your money back. Like only tickets for $10, we can give you $5 in back. You know, that kind of thing.
Something like that.
So it shows that
people feel like they were robbed.
Exactly. People feel like they were robbed.
But then now the question is, where do they get any recourse from that? Where do they go? Do they go to the police station and then report? Who do they report?
I think they would need to first understand who's at fault. And Lati as promoters, Mangut was saying that Lapa, it was the fault of a team, the performer. Trust us to then prosecute those guys.
Yeah.
Or do the right thing. If we're not seen to be doing that, so we're coming for our money.
So you're saying we should sue Young Stunna?
I think so. I think so. Unfortunately, it's not without consequence.
Yeah.
Fine, we may feel like we're justified in it. We may feel like we're right. but it will be difficult for business going forward. You know what I mean? If you sue an artist, especially an artist that belongs to someone that's regarded as a gatekeeper from a piano in South Africa, you know, now a month later, December is just around the corner. Yeah, we artist.
Yeah,
you know, but these guys, these ones, in Zimbabwe, they invite us only to sue
then they sue us.
You know what I mean? It's not without consequence, but as an entrepreneur and someone that cares for their stakeholders, and your real stakeholders, my guy, will never be the artist.
But then now, is it not?
It's always going to be your audience.
Is it not? And now we call it undue enrichment, because this guy was paid to perform, but then he ended up not performing. So he's been unduly enriched.
So for the best that they can do, Lama speaking as a layman, is maybe an out of court settlement or something, where you agree with her, you know what, but you owe us a show.
Something like that.
And on that show, we can cover accommodation because you didn't use it. But when you came here, you used your flight, you used your airfares. You're covering that for yourself.
That's out of goodwill. Do you think they would do anything like that?
Yeah. But it is what it is, man. Unfortunately, it's cut set you know, so we'd like to hear what you guys think about this. I'm sure these are topics that you've also been following on social media. We'd like to hear what you think about what we've had to say. Leave your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your relatives, tell your side chicks and side guys as well. Everyone must be watching this podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.